Hey, for those of you who don't know, I kind of have been trying to grow some giant pumpkins the last couple of years. Some of you might have tuned into the channel last year when I posted some, but if you didn't, then I'll try to get you up to speed this year. So last year, after attempting um, pretty steadily, I only grew a 320-pound pumpkin, which is still the best I've ever done, but a lot smaller than what I wanted. I was shooting for 500 pounds. And this year I'm shooting for 1,000. So why not? Why not go for big? Actually, there's a beautiful sunset over there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's gorgeous tonight out here. It is June 4th. I wanted to bring you guys along and just get you up to speed. I took a couple short videos in the past when I first seeded all these pumpkins, as well as when I planted them outside initially. I didn't post those, but maybe if I think about it, I'll try to stitch all these together into one quick video for you guys. So anyway, it kind of comes down to two primary plants here. These are my number one and number two. This one here is from Chad New in Colorado. This one over here is from R.C. Cook in West Virginia. This was actually a Howard Dilla winner last year. I think it's only a 600 pounder, but bright orange pumpkin, really cool looking. And this over here was actually a Colorado state record pumpkin. So pretty good genetics here. And then over there I have my pumpkin from last year. It was a 320-pound pumpkin. That's a seed from that. And believe it or not, these two are actually long lost sisters, or I guess step siblings. Anyway, they had the same parents out in Colorado. And then this one over here is from R.C. Cook also. It's a different Howard Dilla winner, but those two there aren't doing very well at all. And I'll explain the history here in another video coming up. But just wanted to get you up to speed. We got basically 4 plants here, another one over there, another one here, so there's 6. And then just tonight I stuck another one over here in this compost pile. Maybe hoping that'll take off and do something. I hated to throw the plant away. So anyway, and then we have about 98 pumpkins planted out there. So anyway, I'll do another video and try to stitch some of this together to get you guys up to speed if you're interested. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. All right, here's the start of the 2023 giant pumpkin growing season. I'm starting 6 different types of seeds. Actually, yeah, 6 different types of seeds, 7 seeds in total, but 6 different types from 6 different pumpkins. The one on the left here, we got 2 seeds from my 320-pound pumpkin last year that originated as a 1676 new. The next one over though for this year is from R.C. Cook in West Virginia. This is the 947 Cook. The next one over is the 958 Cook. This was a Howard Dilla winner. And then the next is 665 Cook from this last year. Again, another Howard Dilla winner from him. And then we have 2 pumpkins from Chad New out in Colorado. His 1643 New from this last year. Big orange pumpkin. And then he has the 1783 New from this last year, which was the Colorado state record pumpkin. So I'm hoping to start with these 6 different types of pumpkins, and then based on how they initially grow, I'm going to try to whittle it down to just 4 plants this year. So, all right, stay tuned. So here we are on April 19th, 2023. We planted these 7 seeds just 4 days ago on April 15th. In these pots. I pre-soaked the seeds for 1 to 3 hours in water and seaweed solution, kind of warm water, seaweed solution. We sanded the edges and then we put them in these pots. Kind of kept the pots fairly moist, just moist enough to where you can't quite squeeze out a drop of water when you have a fist of it. And then I put it underneath this light here. This is just, we got 4 bulbs. And we had it right on the top of the pots with some cellophane covering them, and just kind of waited, and basically the top of the pots got to right around 80 to 85 degrees and kind of stayed there. And you can see we actually have a 100% germination rate. All 7 of these seeds are showing activity there. You can see that one's just starting to come up. These have already sprouted. We've got the cotton leaves out. This one on the end too is showing it's going to pop up those leaves there very soon. So pretty exciting. Pretty rare to get 100% germination with just random seeds of different age, different storage conditions. But honestly, this method worked pretty well, especially keeping the cellophane or saran wrap on the top. Keeps a pretty moist environment, and you don't add any water until you see the leaves pop up. So I just added some water just now, and I'll lower the light back down to within a couple inches of the top of the leaves, and then we'll start on 16 hours on, 8 hours off light cycle from here on out. So stay tuned. Thanks. Hey guys, how's it going? Today is what is it, the first weekend in May. It's been really wet here. My plants are 3 weeks old today, and I needed to get them outside. We got a lot of rain coming in the next few days, so I ended up whittling down from 7 plants down to the top 4. I'll explain which ones I went with here in the next video, but basically I wanted to do 2 hoop houses. I only had time for 1 today. We got, this one's actually 12 feet wide, 12 feet long by about 6 feet wide. I have 2 plants in there. I'm a kind of number 1 and number 2 plant. And then over there, I had planned on doing another hoop house, but just ran out of time. So got my number 3 and number 4 plant there. That one there is actually the one the pumpkin I grew last year. So anyway, I got a good mix here. I got 1 plant from Chad New out in Colorado, 2 plants from RC Cook in West Virginia, and then my 1 plant there that I grew last year. So I'm hoping for a good year. We'll see. The conditions are not ideal at all right now. Really wet. I tried to till today, but it's just really kind of muddy, clumpy dirt. So we'll see. See how they take the next couple days and go from there. Thanks. See ya. Hey everyone, I haven't really done a lot of updates this year for the pumpkins, but I figured I'd do one. We did a lot of work today out in the patch, and today is June 4th. We have, I guess, 7 big pumpkins in the running, 2 of which were grown in the hoop house. This is a Cook plant and a Chad New plant over here from Colorado. Cook is from West Virginia, and Chad New is from Colorado. So I got both of their seeds going. I had them in the hoop house. You can see by far they have done the best. These were actually put outside the same time as these 2. These 2 were not in a hoop house and got sprayed when the farmer came through and killed the field off. So they took on a lot of spray damage. These 2 were protected from the spray in the hoop house and have done a lot better. So they've been in the ground now for, I don't know, a month maybe. They haven't grown as much as I expected. But then again, my ground again is just terrible out here. So I did try to amend last fall with some horse manure, and that helped a little bit, but I mainly did this area here thinking I would plant one there and go this way. I kind of gave up at the last minute and planted my main plants here in the center so that I could share a hoop house, and they are going to run in opposing directions, but that means they're on pretty bad soil to start with. So we'll give it a shot. But anyway, these were my main number 1 and number 2 plants. And then out here, I have number 3 and number 4. This one I was really hoping would do well. This was my seed from last year, my 320-pound pumpkin, but that originated from a Chad New pumpkin as well. I selfed it. So anyway, the genetics are good, but the actual plant is terrible. I actually tore off several leaves tonight that had gotten hit with the Roundup, and I'm hoping this thing will take off again, but it's not looking good. Then over here we have another, this is another Chad New plant. I'm trying to remember, is this a Chad New? Yeah, this is the other Chad New plant that I was hoping would do well, but we'll see. It's not doing very good so far. And then I also had a couple more in pots that I just ended up putting in the ground over there. I tried to build those up a little bit on some compost and some manure, just as a last ditch effort to see if I can get something to fill in this area of the patch. I did it over there as well. So that is another one of my plants. So again, this is technically a sister plant to this one, but both of them are basically in bad shape. This one stayed in the pot about a month and a half, so way too long, and it had a ribbon vine. So those of you who aren't familiar with ribbon vine, I'll show you really quick. So you can see there's actually 2 vines, 2 of everything actually coming out of the stem. So it creates a big mess. But I've been shooting it with a lot of nitrogen, and they finally just split here. So you'll see I actually tore off the one tip here to try to terminate that one vine so that this one can continue on by itself. So anyway, that's what's recommended typically when you have this ribbon vine situation. Otherwise, the plant is trying to support two plants at the same time, basically. So we'll see how this one goes. Again, I don't have a lot of confidence in this one, but we also planted about 98 different pumpkins out here. We did 7 foot wide by 7 foot deep. We started over here with some real like baby pumpkins and gourds, and then we have kind of small, medium, large, and then I actually planted a whole row of my previous Atlantic Giant pumpkin seeds, my 320 down through there. So we have like 14 of those growing on the edge. So we went through and banded some fertilizer along the side of them. Some I want to say it was pretty high in nitrogen and phosphorus, with basically no K at this time, but no potassium. But I think that's what the soil sample said I needed to get off and running. And then probably once they start vining out and fruit setting, I'll probably hit them with a shot of potassium somehow. So anyway, that's where we're at. We'll see. Hopefully these guys will come up. We haven't had any rain here in about, I don't know, 7-8 days. It's been really hot. So we came through and watered everything individually today just to try to get the seed set. And hopefully in a few days we'll see those guys pop up. So anyway, that's the update for today, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. See ya. Also, I just wanted to let you know, this year we are trying for the first time ever to do some giant sunflowers. So we got some very special seeds here from, again, this is R.C. Cook in West Virginia, and he grew the West Virginia record largest sunflower head. And so I bought some seeds off of him, and we're going to try them. So me and each of the 3 girls have a plant here. That's mine on the end. We actually planted another one there and it didn't come up. But then I have 3 daughters here, so we got one for each of my daughters. And we're going to have kind of a competition, a friendly competition, to see who can get the largest sunflower head by the end of the season. So we'll see how that goes. These were in the ground about 2.5 weeks ago, and they're coming up and doing well. Honestly, they're shooting right up here. So we'll keep you posted. Thanks.